Mr. Yogesh, Faculty of Mathematics, and I have this distinct passion in mathematics teaching. We are in the chapter 2nd, Relations and Functions, and obviously it is your third lecture, depends on it. In this lecture we are going to discuss about various types of relations and examples. So here is our first topic, various types of relations. Within it, first one, reflexive relation. We know that in case of mathematics there are basic three laws or properties: reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So all three laws or properties must satisfy in case of relations also. So reflexive relation. A relation R on a set A is said to be reflexive if every element of A is related to itself. Thus, R is a reflexive that implies or implied by A, A, the sets of order pair A, A belongs to the relation R for all A belongs to the set A. Keep in mind here, relation of each and every individual element of set A is related to itself. For example, let A be the sets of an element 1, 2, 3 and R is the relation given by the sets of an order pair 1, 1, 1, 3. So keep in mind here, R is not reflexive since 1, 3 we may say that is an odd pair. We required itself related elements like 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 and all. So a reflexive relation on A is not necessarily the identity relation on A. We may say in this lecture furthermore what is meant by exactly identity relation. The universal relation on a non-void set A is always reflexive. Nextly we have symmetric relation. A relation R on set A is said to be symmetric if A, B belongs to the relation R. That implies B, A is also belongs to the relation R. For all A, B belongs to the set A. So here if A is related to B, that implies B is related to A for all A, B belongs to the set A. It should be noted that R is a symmetric if and only if R inverse equals to R. Keep in mind this is a symbolic representation of R inverse. The identity relation and the universal relation on a non-void set are symmetric relations. A reflexive relation on set A is not necessarily symmetric. Nextly we have third type of relation, antisymmetric relation. Let A be the any set. A relation R on set A is said to be antisymmetric relation if and only if A, B belongs to this relation R and B, A belongs to the relation R. That implies A equals to B. Here we have given one more condition as compared to the symmetric relation, that is A equals to B. For all A, B belongs to the set A. Thus if A is not equals to B, then A may be related to B or B may be related to A, but never both. Keep in mind. Next we have transitive relation. Let A be the any set. A relation R on set A is said to be a transitive relation if and only if A comma B belongs to the relation R and B comma C belongs to the relation R. That implies A comma C, that order pair A comma C again belongs to the relation R for all A comma B comma C belongs to the set A. That means if A is related to B and B is related to C, that implies A is also related to C for all A comma B comma C belongs to the set A. So transitivity fails only when there exists A comma B comma C such that A is related to B, B is related to C, but A is not related to C. For example, consider the set A having an element 1, 2, 3 and the relations we have given. R1 is the relations given by the sets of an order pair 1, 2, 1, 3. R2 is a relation given by the sets of an order pair 1, 2. R3 is a relation given by the sets of an order pair 1, 1. R4 is the relation given by the sets of an order pair 1, 2, 2, 1 and 1, 1. Then R1, R2 and R3 are transitive while R4 is not a transitive. Since in R4, 1, 2 belongs to the set R4, 2, 1 belongs to the set R4, but 2, 2 does not belongs to the set R4. Keep in mind the identity and the universal relations on a non-void set are transitive. Nextly we have identity relation. Let A be a set, then the relation I suffix A, keep in mind, that means identity relation on set A, is given by the sets of an order pair A comma A such that A belongs to the set A. On A is called the identity relation on A. In other words, a relation IA on A, that means identity relation on A, is called the identity relation if every element of set A is related to itself only. Every identity relation will be reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Keep in mind. So every identity relation is the reflexive, but every reflexive relation is not a identity relation. That is our result from your reflexive relation and identity relation. For example, on a set A having an elements 1, 2, 3, the relation is given by the sets of an order pair 1, 1, 2, 2 and 3, 3 is identity relation on A. Every element of set A is related to itself. That means 1 is related to 1, 2 is related to 2, 3 is related to 3. Therefore, it is an identity relation. It is an interesting to note that every identity relation is the reflexive, but every reflexive relation need not to be an identity relation. This is the result from our reflexive relation and identity relation. Keep in mind. Nextly, we have equivalence relation. A relation R on set A is said to be an equivalence relation on A if and only if it is reflexive, it is symmetric and it is transitive. Then again, what is meant by reflexive relation? Just revise it once. If a sets of an order pair A comma A belongs to the relation R for all A belongs to the set A, then it is reflexive relation. Symmetric relation, if A comma B belongs to the set R, that implies B comma A is again belongs to the set R for all A comma B belongs to set A. Nextly, transitive, if A comma B belongs to the relation R and B comma C belongs to the relation R, or we may say set R, that implies A comma C again belongs to the relation R for all A comma B comma C belongs to set A, that is your transitive relation. So if a given relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then it is equivalence relation. So in this lecture we have reflexive relation, symmetric relation, antisymmetric relation, transitive relation, identity relation, equivalence relation. So here is your homework. Let's try question 7 to question 11 from exercise 1.2. Is in the next lecture we are going to discuss about introduction of functions, representation of functions.